Good afternoon, everyone. This is Brittany Whitlam with the National Weather Service in Salt Lake City, here with a weather briefing on our significant heat wave upcoming for this weekend and into early next week. So, we're looking at record to near record heat Saturday through Monday night, with the hottest temperatures being observed on Sunday. We're looking at all time high temperature records at jeopardy for many locations, especially Sunday, with main concerns across the Wasatch Front and Cache Valley. And we're going to see a little cooling overnight with warm overnight lows, exacerbating those heat impacts that we'll be seeing over the weekend. First, we'll take a look at the extreme heat warnings we have out for most of the state of Utah, especially the Utah valleys and Uintah County, Wyoming. We'll see extreme heat across this area with very hot temperatures, anomalous for this time of year. And some of these temperatures starting on Saturday, 103 in Salt Lake City, pretty much up to 105 across the Wasatch Front and into the West Desert areas, St. George close to 110, and other areas across Glen Canyon also seeing temperatures around 105 to 110. And then you'll see the overnight lows here on the right. We'll see temperatures in the low 70s, but these will start to climb as we see on Sunday, those low temperatures up to 74 in Salt Lake City, mid 70s across a lot of the Wasatch Front, and up to 80 across lower Washington County. For highs on Sunday, like I said, this looks like the warmest day of the week so far. 106 at Salt Lake City currently forecasted. Will be challenging our all-time high of 107, which I'll discuss a little bit later. But yeah, just a really warm one on Sunday, with favored high temperatures across northern Utah especially. And then Monday, continued heat, but a little bit of cooling as some mid-level moisture moves in, with some increased cloud cover across the region. Even though we're going to see cooler highs on Monday, we will see the continued warm low temperatures, again, staying around the mid 70s for most locations across the Wasatch Front, and near 80 for lower Washington County. And we've been receiving a lot of questions, especially about our potential for breaking records, especially the all-time maximum temperatures. Like I said, some of those records will be at risk this weekend, especially on Sunday. As you can see, those pink numbers represent potential daily maximum high temperature based on our forecast temperatures currently. And the purple numbers represent an all-time maximum temperature based on our forecast. Specifically, Logan and Evanston, given the location of this really strong high pressure, those areas will be favored to see really warm temperatures, especially Logan. We have a 70% chance to reach 103, which is their all-time high record, set only in 2002. And currently, we have a forecast of 104 in Logan on Sunday, which would obviously break that 103 pretty easily. And those Logan records date back to 1893. So we have a pretty extensive record keeping for Logan. So this is a pretty significant event here, obviously. At Evanston, another one to keep an eye on. Their current record stands at 95 degrees, and then Sunday we're looking at a high temperature of 96 according to our current forecast. So again, just kind of putting into context how significant this heat wave will be this weekend, across mainly the entire region. And here's a look at heat risks. So essentially a combination of both the high and the lows and how that will impact or increase heat-related impacts for people in these areas. Saturday, we see widespread majors start to creep in, especially across the Wasatch Front in eastern portions of the state. Sunday, major becomes essentially widespread across the entire state, with areas of extreme starting to expand into the Wasatch Front and especially the Cache Valley as well. And Monday, as temperatures cool, or high temperatures cool on Monday, those extreme starts to dwindle a bit, with major mainly favoring northern and eastern portions of the state. And here are just some heat safety tips. Full information can be found on weather.gov/safety/heat. We're really just urging folks to stay indoors in air-conditioned spaces if possible, avoid or delay outdoor activities to the cooler parts of the day. And in summary, again, looking at record to near record heat Saturday through Monday, with the main threat being on Sunday. And this level of heat will affect everybody, especially those without adequate hydration or cooling. And as always, please give us a call or find us in Slack if you have any questions or concerns. We'll be here with you all weekend. Thanks so much.